Bob Cunningham. I graduated from Tech 3 times, 73, 85, and 1996. I'm just the CEO of the Heritage Group, which is a management consulting firm, and also the Cunningham Group, which is a fraud investigation company. We had a good, strong business teacher in high school, Mr. Jackson. He was just really strong. And so I feel comfortable in business, really. After the first year, I went down there. I was trying to study. I didn't know how to study. Things came easy for me in high school. They didn't come easy at Tech at all. And the first quarter of the second semester, I flunked out. And so my mom called me, and she said, you know, nobody in our family had ever finished college before. She convinced me. And this guy that was over vocational rehabilitation for the parish, I was going on a vocational rehabilitation scholarship at that time. He called me up, an old white man, 70-something years old, called me up and said, Bob, you need to come back and go to school. You can do it. That's why I came back. And when I came back to Tech, I flunked out that fall quarter, the winter quarter, had to sit out, came back in that spring, my grades, because I was more focused. The best thing that happened to me was when I flunked out. The best thing that happened to me, because it really, my mom was disappointed, all my teachers in high school, it just made me, and really God used that to just boom. See, Tech's reputation in this region is, the moment I said that I went to Tech, just being a black person, graduate from Tech, back then it was like, whoa, instant respect, instant. I've been involved in deals that really, I don't think I probably would have been involved in them had I not been from Tech. That gave an instant credibility to me as a person, that I have a degree from the College of Business at Tech. But I got a job right after I graduated as a cost accountant in Shreveport here at a manufacturing company. I worked there for about 6 or 7 years, and then I started my own business. That was the first business I started. It was a delivery business. In '83, I started an accounting practice. That's what I really wanted to do, be a CPA. And so I did that for about 15 years. I had started teaching. When I finished my MBA, Dr. Phil Rice called me into his office. He was the graduate dean at that time. And he said, Bob, he said, what are you going to do? I said, well, I'll get my MBA. I'm going to go take a CPA exam, and I'm fixing to be a CPA. He said, well, have you ever thought about teaching? I said, no. He said, well, and I respect him to this day because he was an honest, just typical of those guys, at least the ones I had a relationship with. He said, Bob, we need some black professors at Tech. This was back in '85. They didn't have any. And we need some black professors, and we really think you could do well in the program. I didn't know what a DBA was. And so he explained to me, I said, well, let me ask my wife, Mary. She said, well, do you have a job? I said, no. She said, okay, that's your answer. So that's how I ended up working on a doctorate, because I didn't have a job. They were offering me an instructor's position, and that's when I started teaching, and then I started teaching. But when I retired in '06, I went to work full-time at the construction company. We grew 3 states, Arkansas, Louisiana, Missouri. I did that from 1999 to, we sold the company in 2015. While I was doing all of that I just told you, preaching at the church every Sunday, and all that goes with that. That's why I say the Lord's been good, because it's just, I look back and I read it and I say, wow, did I do that? I think it's important to give back, because, for me personally, because as an African-American graduate of Tech, we want to provide a path of support for kids who come to Tech. Maybe they got TOPS or something that maybe not pay for all their education. But I had to work 3 jobs to supply my little spending money and, little things. If I want to go to a movie or something, books, horrendous now. I mean, it's just amazing what books cost now. It's just, so we want to provide scholarships back for African American students from Bienville Parish, not a whole bunch of students, but a couple of parishes, Carter and Bossier, to kind of meet those needs. So we want to it's important to give back to Tech for me because I want them to know that, some African Americans came through there that were successful. It's not just a white institution, it's an educational institution. I just happened to be black and I went there and I was successful. And when these black kids come through there and they see that room with our name on it, I want them to know that that was a black couple that gave that money. Jesus said one time, he said, to whom much is given, much is required. That's what I feel like. Much was given to me. So it's more blessed to give than to receive.